Congratulations! You just landed a job interview. You will most likely need to take and pass a Microsoft Excel skill assessment test, which is a typical way that most companies ensure that qualified candidates get hired. The test is offered in different formats. It could be interactive, most typical, multiple choice, or a combination of both. The level of difficulty of the test depends on the type of position you are applying for. The practice tests and tips provided in this series of videos will serve as an icebreaker. If you already feel comfortable with Excel, these test samples will serve as a nice refresher. The test reviews provided are based on actual case studies presented in an actual business environment. The videos tend to be over 30 minutes long, so I have included timestamps below in the description for each question and the topic. These videos are mini educational courses as taught in a business environment, and they are completely free to you with no monetary obligation. The only request I have of you, if you like these videos and find them useful, please like and subscribe to my channel. So having said that, let's go help you get the job. Let's move on with a review of the test. Let's review the data we have been provided with and the test format. We are looking at the annual sales report of a fictitious company that sells widgets. In row 5, we have the title of the report. In row 6, we have the column headers. Between rows 7 through 18, we have the sales information details by month. In column B, we have the sales price per widget. Column C, we have the cost price for each widget. Column D is the units sold for each month. And then we have the two blank columns named gross sales and net profit respectively that most likely we will have to complete as part of the test. To your right, you will find the body of the test. There are 21 questions we need to address, and time allotted is 30 minutes. Let's dive to each question in more details. Question 1. Make a copy of the spreadsheet under a different name. Use your name in your computer. To do that, we click on File. Then we click on Save As. We select location this PC. The folder we're going to use is Documents, since we weren't asked to create a new folder. And on the file name, we're going to enter our name. And then we're going to click Save. Note below the tip pertaining to the differences between Save and Save As. Question number 2. Create a copy of the worksheet, call it sample copy, and perform all work in there. To achieve that, let's right-click on the tab name, select Move All Copy. Let's move to the end. Click checkbox Create a Copy and click OK. Right-click on the new tab name, rename, and enter the name as requested. An alternative way, click on the tab name and hold. Press the Ctrl key and drag the tab to the right. Copy is created. Double-click on the tab name and type over the new name as requested. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next. Question 3. We're asked to enter a title and add today's date in cell B4. There are a couple of ways to get today's date. We're going to have to use a formula using the function now. So start typing equals now, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, and hit enter. This will return today's date and time. You will notice there is a series of number signs in the column which indicates the result does not fit. Let's expand the column. Let's right-click on the cell. We're going to format the cell. We're going to select number. We're going to select date and select the applicable format. The other function that's called today returns today's date only. Functions now and today are dynamic functions, which means every time you open the workbook, the cell gets refreshed with today's date. There is also a shortcut, Control plus semicolon, which just returns the today's date, and it seems as if we typed it. That's why we didn't use it. So let's mark this question complete and move on to the next one. Question 4. Format columns to show contents. To expand the width of a column to fit its contents, simply double-click on the right-hand border of the column header and the column gets adjusted to accommodate the longest cell content. Repeat this action for each column. An alternate way and much faster to perform this would be to select all the related columns and then simply double-click on the right-hand border of any of the column headers. Automatically, Excel expands all the columns to the related width to accommodate the contents. Let's mark this question complete and move on to the next one. Question 5. We are asked to work and beautify the report title. So let's select cells A5 through F5. We're going to use the ribbon for that. Select option Merge and Center. You will notice all the cells were combined in one and the title now is centered. Let's pick up the font size, increase it to 14. Let's change the text to bold. And it would be nice to enter a nice border around the title. Let's select the border, select a thick one all around border, and there you have it. Question number 6. With this question, we are asked to work on the column headers. Let's select all the column headers in row 6. We will use the ribbon to perform the formatting operations. Click on the bucket, select color gray. Let's change the font to 14. Let's change the text to bold. Let's center it within each cell. And let's add a nice border around each cell. Click on the borders. Select all borders option. As you will see, we need to expand its column to accommodate the title size. All we have to do is just double click on the right hand border of the column header. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next. Question number 7. Format related columns as currency. This request applies to columns with dollar amounts, such as column B, C, E, and F. Let's select the columns. On the ribbon, click on the dollar sign. The numbers change to a dollar amount. An alternate way would be to right-click on the selected cells, click on Format Cells, select Currency, make sure the symbol is dollar sign, decimal points 2, select the pattern you need, and click OK. Another option would be to use shortcut Ctrl, Shift, and 4 on the selected cells. Let's do the same for gross sales and net profit. Let's review an example of popular number formatting, which usually it's an area of confusion. We have the currency, accounting, and comma type. Let's go for the currency. Let's select the range of rows. Right-click on the cells. Select Format Cells. Under Number, click Currency. Here you can review how the negative numbers are represented, how many decimal places you would like, and what the symbol that you want to use. Click OK. Now let's take a quick look at that. Notice that the currency symbol appears right next to the first digit in the cell. And the system had decimal places. Now let's go for the accounting. Let's select the range again. And at the Home tab, click at the dollar sign. That's the accounting number format. Let's review the result. The currency symbols and decimal points of numbers in a column are aligned in the beginning of the cell. In addition, the accounting format displays zeros as dashes and negative numbers in parentheses. Let's review the comma style. Highlight the range. At the Home tab, click on the comma style. And let's review the result. Notice that this style formats with a comma in the thousands place and includes 2 decimal places. Mark this question as complete and move on to the next. Question number 8. Format column unit sold as proper number. Let's select the cells, right-click on them, select option Format Cells, click on Number, checkbox Use 1000 Separator, reduce decimal points to 0, pick a pattern you want, and click OK. An alternate way would be to use shortcut Ctrl-Shift-1. Last but not least, you can use the ribbon to format the selected cells by clicking on the comma style at the ribbon, reduce the number of decimal places, and we are done. Let's mark this question as completed. and move on to the next. Question number 9. Add borders to the table. Let's select the related cells on the table. On the ribbon, click Borders, add an all borders, which will create a border around each cell. Also add a thick outside border to emphasize the outline of the table. If you need more options with borders, select the related cells, right-click, Format Cells, click on Border, select an inside and outline border. You can pick the thickness or any style of the lines, color, and then click OK. Let's mark this question completed and go on to the next one. Question number 10. Calculate the gross sales per month. Let's review the math. Gross sales equals sales price per unit times the units sold for each month. Let's enter the formula. Type equals, to start, select cell B7, which is the sales price per unit, times cell D7, which is the unit sold, and hit enter. Since we do not want to repeat the same process for each cell below, right-click on the cell, select Copy, select the destination cells, right-click on them, select Paste. Look at the shortcut below, the Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, which is copy and paste. Let's mark this question complete and move on to the next. Question number 11. We are asked to enter a blank column before column net profit and call it gross cost. To do that, let's select column F, right-click on it, select option Insert, and a blank column is created. Let's enter the title, gross cost, and hit enter. Notice we did not have to format the title. The new column adapted formatting from adjacent cells. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 12. Let's review the math. Gross cost equals cost per unit times the units sold for each month. Let's enter the formula. Equals cost per unit, cell C7, times cell D7, which is the unit sold. Hit enter. Let's copy the formula all the way below. Right-click on the cell. Select copy. Select the destination cells. Right-click on them. Select paste. You may also use the shortcuts Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V to copy and paste the formula. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 13. Let's review the math. Net profit equals gross sales minus gross cost. Let's go enter the formula. Let's type in G7 equal cell E7, which is the gross sales, minus cell F7, which is the gross cost, and hit enter. Let's copy the formula below. Right-click on the cell, select copy, select the destination cells, right-click, and select paste. You may also use the shortcut Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V to copy and paste the formula. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 14. Calculate the average units sold per month and enter the result in cell D20. This refers to column D. We will use the formula average to calculate the arithmetic mean of the units sold during the 12 months of the year. Let's start typing the formula in cell D20. Equals average open up parentheses, select the range of the cells with the unit sold, close parentheses and hit enter. If the result is not formatted as a proper number, you can select it and apply any methods we referenced previously. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 15. Format column date as month-year. We are asked to format the dates in column A either as full month name and year abbreviation or full month name and full year. Either option will be acceptable. Select the range of dates in column A. Right-click, select Format Cells, select Number in case it's not selected, select Date in case it's not selected. Let's scroll through the Type section and select an option for month and year. As you scroll through the options, check the sample to review the result. Select the option that shows month-year abbreviation. Let's review the result. We have the full name of the month and the year abbreviation. Let's go to the second option. Format the dates as full month name plus the full year. Let's select the range of dates in column A, right-click, select Format Cells, select Number in case it's not selected. This time we select Custom, not Date. Scroll through the existing format codes and find one that you can use as a starting point. While reviewing the codes, check the sample result returned by each code. Let's pick the code MMM-YY, which returns DEC, the 3 letters of the month, and the year abbreviation. Let's edit the type. We're going to add an additional M to the month. By doing that, we see that we receive the full name of the month, and we're going to add an additional Y to the year, and we see that we receive the full year. So the new code would be the 4 M's does 3 Y's. Let's select the code And we'll see that the dates now are formatted accordingly with the full name of the month and the full year. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 16. We are asked to sort the data in the table by column A in increasing order. Since we're dealing with dates, you want the earlier dates first. We will perform this action in two ways. First and most important is to select the range of data we need to sort. Make sure you select all related columns, otherwise they're not going to be sorted and you're risking of ending with corrupted data. In the ribbon on top of the main menu, let's click Data. Then click the down arrow, click on Ascending, and there you have it. An alternate way to do that, let's select the data again. At the Home tab, under the group Editing, select Sort and Filter. Click Sort Oldest to Newest. And there you have it again. Data is sorted, with January being the earliest and December the latest. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 17. Calculate totals for columns D, E, and F. We will use the sum formula to calculate the totals for each column. Let's click on the cell where we want the result. Then click on AutoSum. Let's mark this question completed and move to the next one. Question number 18. Format the document for printing. Select Landscape Orientation. First thing we need to do is select the print area from the worksheet we intend to print. Click on File, click on Print. Let's change to Landscape Orientation. Check the letter settings. Now, take a look at the page numbers below. It looks like we'll be printing 3 pages when we only want 1. When you scroll through the pages, you realize the unnecessary data that will be printed. To resolve this, let's change what gets printed to print selection only instead of the active worksheet. Notice that now only 1 page gets printed. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 19. Add page number as a footer. At the ribbon, click on Page Layout, then Print Titles, Header and Footer. Click on Custom Footer. Take a look at the left, center, and right sections corresponding to the bottom of the page. Review the variety of formatting codes. At the center section, start typing dash, Then click on the code Insert Page, type another dash, and click OK. Review the result. Notice the page number will appear at the bottom of each printed page the way we formatted it. Let's go back to Print Preview. Select the range of the print area. Click on File. Click on Print. You will see that the page number is appearing at the bottom of the page as a footer. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Question number 20. Add a basic bar chart showing the units sold by month. Let's select the two related columns, A for months and D, units sold. Once the data is selected, at the ribbon, click Insert, click Insert Column or Bar Chart. Notice the various charts available. Select the 2D bar graph. Excel will automatically take the data you have selected and create a chart on the same worksheet using your column labels to set the chart titles. We can move and resize the chart accordingly. Let's mark this question completed and move on to the next one. Last question, question number 21. Export printout as a PDF file so we can share with others. Let's select the print area. This time around, also include the graph we previously created. Click on File. Click on Print. Review the preview page. Make sure this is what we need. Under the area of printer, select Microsoft Print to PDF, or you may be using Adobe, and then click Print. Pick the folder where you want to store the document, the PDF file. Give it a name and click Save. Let's mark this question completed. So how did you do? What did you think about the level of difficulty? I hope you found this video helpful. Let's move on to the recap section for this assessment sample test.